So hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial video on Python. Today we are going to cover some more data types which are pretty useful and come in handy in many projects. So let's roll the intro. Do you feel the So now I have opened the weapon of a developer. So our first data type is going to be a tuple. What is a tuple? Like we have discussed what lists are. Tuple is a type of list which is immutable. What is immutable? In which you cannot change any order, you cannot add things, or you can remove things, or you can do any sort of thing. They are permanent and they cannot change. Tuples are similar to list, but they cannot change. They are immutable and they have some different functionality. They have some different methods and some different syntax too. So I have a tuple ready with me. So you can notice that we use parentheses to make a tuple. Tuple is a collection of different types of data stored in one variable, like this tuple. This tuple is my variable which contains all of these fruits. So now I can print this tuple, right click, and then I can run that. So now you can see what I got is that this tuple was printed exactly, which is what we want. But if you will notice that when I want to append, like we used to append in a list, this tuple dot append, if I use this function, it will throw back an error. So if I write I want to append, let's say Manan, so it will throw me an error because these tuples are immutable and you cannot add anything. So that's it for these tuples. They are this simple. And I just want to mention some methods. There are only two methods for tuples basically. So I have them over right here down below. I've written them already for you. I have another tuple. Tuples are just like lists, and you can store as many data as you want to. But the thing is, you cannot change them, and also you can add any type of data like strings, lists. Then I can also have some integers, and I can also have some boolean statements. I can also have some floats. 75.3. Okay, so now I have these. Now this would compile successfully, and then if I will print this tuple, this won't be an issue. Yeah, so we can have any type of data. Now the next thing is the methods which we have, because they are pretty less already. One is index, which will return an index of an object. Index is a place where the object is. So we have this is 0 1 2 3, and this list is at 4. This whole list has 4 5 6 7. Okay, so that's how indexes work. It will return me 0 as usual, but I have another apple right here. What about that? So index returns the first element that it finds. So at first he found apple. If I will remove this apple, then I will get 3. Yeah, then I will get 2. Sorry, it's 2. So now it's 2. Earlier it was 3. So now it is returning me 3 because the apple which he first found is at 2. So that's how tuples work, and the only method index. Next method is count. So we have index, which will return the index, which is an int, and then the count. Count is the number of occurrence of the element specified in the parameters or the arguments given. So here I have given apple. So it will give me the count of apple which I have. So it is 2. 1 and then 2. I have 2 apples. And if I say banana, then I will get 1 because I have 1. Wait, oh, I missed an A. So there we go. We have 1 now. So that's it for tuples. That is how, just that you cannot change any value. So these are more efficient from list because you cannot change them or interpret it anything. Just two methods. And now the next important thing I want to mention is that for tuples, if you want to create tuple of only one item, so I have already pre-written this code so that we save a bit of time, because the earlier videos which I shoot was a bit long, so I don't want that. There's an important note that you have to use a comma if you want to make a tuple of only one value. So I have two tuples right now. You can see they are not basically two, but you may see them as two. One is having a comma, empty comma or unused comma, because I don't have any other element, and one is without comma, and now I am printing their type. So it will return me a tuple and a string. So if you can see, yeah, so you can see class tuple, that is I'm picking the type of A first, which is this with a comma, and one without comma. So the without comma is a string, and the one with comma is a tuple. So that's how you use tuples with only one item. So you use a comma, and that was a very important note I wanted to give. Now next data type is a dictionary. Dictionaries are really useful if you know how to use them. Dictionary stores values or different types of data in a collection in a single variable. That's all the thing in list, tuples and dictionary. But dictionary is a bit special and unique, in which it stores in key and value pairs. So one is key and one is the value. By key you identify the value, not using index. Now we use keys this time. So I can print this dict, and it will run successfully. Oh, I forgot to comment this out. Yep. All the thing, this code and my Discord servers link, and also some other gears that I use, will be mentioned in the description. So you should check that out. And if you have any issues, you can comment me, or you can join my Discord, and then you can ask me there. From there we can connect. So now I have this dict which uses these curly brackets and uses a colon between the key and the value, and separating the keys and values we use a comma. That's the basic part. Now the brand is the key for Ford, and model is the key for Mustang. Year is year. Yeah, so that's it. And you can use any type of data here also. So I have an integer. I can also have like, is this true? Then I can say yes, it's true. Sorry, I forgot a colon, don't miss that. Yeah, so now it contains, you can have n number of data types, sorry, and you can use them, and then you can run it, and it will not give any errors. You can use this in case you want to save the first name, then the last name, then the phone number. So you can use that in list too, but you do not know what the first element is or what the second element is. But now you know that the first key is of first name, so it is the first name of the user or whatever. So now how do you access items from this? So you can access these items from these two methods. So there are two ways by which you can access. First is that you can use these square brackets and then mention the key which you want to get. So if I will print this, these will give me the same result. But if you see, I haven't used any method in this line, but I have in this line. So both the lines are doing the same thing, just that we are accessing the value in the first, in this line, just like the way we had accessed in tuples and lists. And this is the way which is easier, but you can also use a method which is get. So get will also get, and but you need to pass the key which is here, and here also you need to pass a key. So that's how you can access these. Now there are some other special methods also which are very handy. So there are keys, values and items. So keys will return a list of keys, and values will also return a list of values. Only the keys and the values will be returned in form of list. And items will return tuples with keys and values inside a list. So I can run this and I can show you directly. It will show these things, but these are not necessary. When you use them, you won't get this. So when I will store this in a variable and then print, then I won't get these things. But because I'm printing it directly, this is showing me. So that is not a problem. So for first in the keys line, it is giving me all the keys, that is brand, model, year, and is this true. And then in the second values, we get Ford, Mustang, this and this. So we get a list. And the last thing, which is items is very important and is used in the most of the times, which is it returns a list. You can see this is the list in which we have tuples, these tuples with key and the value. So you can access them by this. Okay, so I want to get brand and Ford, so I can use 0 because it is at using list. This is at index 0. So if I will print that, okay, so dict item. Okay, so if you remember typecasting, we have to typecast this into a list first. So if I get list, if I typecast this as a list, I have explained typecasting in my previous videos too. You have to typecast this into a list in order to get a list, because this is an dictionary object, not a list object. Yeah, so now I will get only the list of out of them and not the text. So that's what I was about to explain, but it was not working with the 0. So now you can see we got our tuple. Now if we want to access the Ford, the name of the brand, so I can use 0 and then 1, which is how we access a list, and a tuple, which is the same thing. So now we get Ford. So that's how you can use items. And now for writing, like when you want to add, because it is mutable, which is you can add and remove stuff. So for writing, sorry, I have these functions. Like first you can use a method which is update, and then update takes in a dictionary with keys and values, like tire and then slip free, and then we can print this dictionary, this dict, and then this also print this. Okay, great. Now now when I will comment this out first, and I will show you the output of these two lines. So this is adding tire and slip free at the end, which is okay. And then I am using this update function. But now if I want to do the same thing with another method, this is the another method. You enter the key in these square brackets, and then you assign the value, and it will automatically append them if you don't have it in the dictionary. But if you want to update these, I mean, if the key already exists, then it will update the value in common sense, not the method. You can use the method too for the same thing. You can just pass in the dictionary. Like if I already have a tire, okay, so I can show this. First of all, tire is dry, and then it will become slippery. So you can see first the tire is dry and then it is slippery. So that's how the things are working. It does not have a duplicate value. Now I have added tire 2 times in the dictionary, but you see I have only one. That is, it does not contain any duplicate values, which is also an important thing. And at last we have how to remove stuff. So we can use these two methods, either del, then the dictionary, then the key, or you can use the function method, which is pop. And that's how you can remove any item from the dictionary. It will throw me an error because of this line. So I can remove this because no keyword del. Now if I will remove, and then I can print this dict. Yeah, now I can, you can see that there is no brand, the name of the car, which is no more there, which was originally in their analysis, which is Ford. It is not there now. So that's how you can remove items. And that's all the data types that needed to be covered right now. And that's all for this video too. If you like the video, do click the thumbs up icon. If you want to see more of my videos, then you should consider subscribing me. Also share it with your friends and family, so that you can, so that we together can share the knowledge of programming, and how programming is beneficial for everyone, and also how easy Python is, and you can make your own projects. Now actually the most basic part is over, like what data types are and blah blah blah. But now we have most interesting topic, which is conditional statement, ifs and elifs, which is basic building blocks of any programming language. So we will start with that tutorial, and also I will have another tutorial on a project on hand tracking, so you can check that out too. But do consider subscribing for that. It's free and you just should do, because I'm getting great stuff at free of cost. So you should consider subscribing and do like my video. Thank you.